Good evening and welcome. My name is Donald Bell. I'm the CEO here at SEE International, and I'm so excited that we could gather together tonight to celebrate 50 years of SEE's work improving the world's vision. Our journey began right here in Santa Barbara with Dr. Harry Brown and friends. They'd pack up a small plane with supplies and equipment and fly into Mexico for the weekend to do free cataract surgery before loading it all back up again, returning to Santa Barbara to be back in the office on Monday morning. From that humble start in that noble idea, 50 years later, SEE International has treated over 5 million patients. And we perform more than 55,000 free surgeries every year. We've done this together through the efforts of hundreds of volunteer surgeons, incredible international partners, and most importantly, donors and supporters like you. This is Nakor. He's 8 years old. He lives with his mom and his older brother in Peru. His mom loves him just the way he is, but she feels his struggle. Nakor has cataracts in both eyes. His mom works, she has a job, but she's been unable to save enough money to pay for his surgeries. I think anyone who's a parent or has had children in their life at any point must understand the terrible feeling of helplessness that she experiences every day. She tells Nakor she'll do whatever she can, but she worries. At SEE, we often talk about how we treat cataract blindness, but what we really treat is the lack of opportunity that results from vision loss. When a person loses their sight in the developing world, the cycle of poverty is extended. A child may drop out of school to care for a blind relative, and a blind adult is excluded from the workforce. A SEE surgery changes all that, and someone whose opportunities were limited can now realize their full potential. This past year has seen growth and change at SEE. Our volunteer teams worked in more than 40 countries around the world. Despite that, the need for our service has never been greater. A 20-minute surgery, often costing less than $50, could change the lives for millions more who are needlessly blind. But SEE is much more than just mission outreach work. We invest in training and capacity building in those countries where sustainable eye health systems are within reach. Our education department has helped prepare more than 1,200 surgeons to do low-cost cataract surgery in those parts of the world where it's needed most. Our aim here is to harness the collective strength of our volunteers, our international partners, our staff, and our supporters to create a lasting, enduring change that extends well beyond what might be achieved with any one single outreach effort. And we don't just work overseas. Our SEE Vision Care program treats more than 6,000 uninsured and underinsured California residents every year. We do vision screenings, provide comprehensive eye exams. We'll give a free pair of prescription eyeglasses to anyone who needs them but is unable to pay. And we help with continuity of care. So if a patient needs additional treatment or a surgery beyond our ability to provide, we'll arrange and coordinate that for them. Since its founding, more than 75,000 school children and adults have benefited from this incredible SEE program right here in our own community. I'd like to take a moment to recognize and thank our generous sponsors tonight, beginning with our lead sponsor, Alcon. Alcon has been a consistent, steadfast supporter of SEE's work for 30 years. They truly exemplify good corporate citizenship, and Alcon's concern for underserved patients around the world is demonstrated continually through their generous contributions of supplies, resources, and their time. And to our other generous supporters, our ophthalmic ambassadors, Drs. Eileen and Jeff Levinson, our eyesight advocates, Genentech, the Julia Stearns Dockweiler Charitable Foundation, Drs. Madhvi and Sandeep Reddy, and Robert Behrens. Our optical partner, the Hutton Parker Foundation. Our champions of sight, Dr. Michael Pavlov and Dr. Stephen Carter of the Pavlov Vision Center. Our supporters of sight, Sencal Health, Sansom Clinic, which is now a part of Sutter Health, Montecito Bank and Trust, Dr. David and Patricia Markoff, Doctors Randall and Karen Goodman of Shepherd Eye, and Dr. David and Ruth Shepherd, also of Shepherd Eye, and Howard and Lynn Hudson. I'd also like to extend my appreciation to Scott Groff, our board chairman, and to his fellow directors. And to the members of our 50th anniversary honorary committee who've helped organize this wonderful evening tonight. And to those seated at our founders table, including members of the Brown family. And to Dr. John Crowder. And to our special guests, many of whom you'll meet tonight and who've traveled great distance to be with us this evening. And most importantly, to the remarkable SEE staff. I have the privilege of working with these people every day, and I am continually amazed at their ability to keep all of this going, often under tight deadline. Restored vision leads to restored opportunity, which paves the way for brighter futures. There's no case that illustrates this better than Nakor's. With SEE's help, he has his surgeries, and the next day, when the eye patches are removed, he blinks and waits for his eyes to adjust to the light, and with his very anxious mom sitting nearby, he sees clearly again, and he begins the next chapter in his life. Thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your commitment to a better tomorrow. I hope you are as excited for the future of SEE International as I am. We have a wonderful evening planned for you tonight. We'll begin with dinner, and then our program will resume shortly after. Thank you and enjoy.
You know it's a good party and a good meal, and I hate to break it up, but we're going to start our program. And if you'll all turn your attention up here, please, I'm very happy to bring up Dr. Helena Ndume to the stage. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Oh my God, this event is so well attended. Everybody dressed to the nines, and rightly so, because this is our big event celebrating the 50th anniversary of SEE International. As introduced, my name is Helena Ndume, and I have been a humanitarian ophthalmologist volunteering with SEE International for 27 years. It was at a conference at the American Academy of Ophthalmology in Atlanta in 1995 when I first met the founder of SEE International, Dr. Harry Brown, through whom I formed this invaluable decades-long relationship with this wonderful organization. We are fortunate to have Dr. Brown's family join us here tonight, along with the original founder, Dr. Kauda and his wife Danielle, and the late Dr. Coulter's family, I feel indeed honored to have met Dr. Brown, who was such an exceptional human being. He was such an exceptional human being in caring for those at the margin of society worldwide. I would like from the onset to acknowledge the equally important and brilliant humanitarian work that has been done by SEE International over the years. It takes the efforts of many to make our goal of ending preventable blindness possible. And SEE has brought so many like-minded humanitarians together to work towards this goal. For 50 years, SEE has established resources in which to educate and support doctors in a united global effort to make eye care more accessible worldwide. Together with our network of volunteer doctors and the support of our partners, SEE has made incredible headway in these efforts, impacting thousands of people all over the world, and I have witnessed these impacts firsthand. For instance, during the 27 years of conducting eye camps in my country, with support from SEE, the National Program for the Prevention of Blindness have restored sight to over 50,000 people in Namibia. And this was not only in Namibia, but also beyond our borders. These efforts have changed the lives of an entire generation of people. And through this, I have learned that the impact of restoring sight is immeasurable. Among the first SEE volunteers who came to Namibia for our first sight restoring eye camp was Dr. Michael Covalt. Even this year, he was supposed to come in August, but he couldn't make it. Unfortunately, he passed away on the 18th of September. Since he came in 1997, he has not missed an eye camp in Namibia. One time I took him with me to visit a school in the rural areas, of which I am a patron. Realizing the magnitude of need, he offered to join me as a co-patron. He provided funding for school hall, a very big school hall, a garden equipment for children to have food to eat, and made annual financial contributions towards the maintenance. He was well known and loved locally, and we are going to miss him. Dr. Covalt was a very humble person. He was nationally and internationally recognized as one of the leading cataract surgeons in the world, and was also known for developing the Covalt pupillometer, which was very important in evaluating the patient before laser surgery. His book, Achieving Excellence in Cataract Surgery, is mostly used here in the United States by residents in Canada. We are also blessed to have his wife with us here today, Mrs. Sultalti. Thank you for coming to celebrate this day with us. At our first eye camp with Dr. Michael Covalt, only 82 patients came. While we were expecting hundreds more who were on the list, people said, if you go there, this young girl is going to destroy your eyes. Where have you had somebody operating on an eye? It was unheard of. It was a belief that when you get old, you go blind. That is God's willing, and nothing could be done about it. The 82 that we operated on, they went back to their villages, and they spread the message like wildfire. They were saying, this, what we are seeing, is the miracles that were done by Jesus during the Bible times. It was unheard of in Namibia. The people came in their thousands, and has been the case since then. Some also come from across the borders, and we have to take care of them. These serve as a testament to the number of lives that have been touched by the work we do here at sea. It may be easy to overlook the importance of sight when someone has perfect vision, but in our part of the world, being able to see can often make the difference between starving and surviving. Without their sight, people cannot go and support themselves or their families. People cannot see their children or grandchildren. They must often rely on family members to care for them and may struggle to contribute to their communities. But that all changes once our sight is restored. There is nothing greater in the world than witnessing the happiness of a person who was once blind as they regain their sight. I've never seen such joy and light emanating from those whose lives became brighter upon receiving the eye care they needed. One patient I specifically remember was a young mother who gave birth to her baby while blind. 6 months after the baby was born, we restored her sight, and she was able to see her child for the very first time. This kind of work is only made possible by the volunteer doctors and general supporters who share our passion for ending preventable blindness. So I thank those of you who have worked alongside us, building our rich history as an organization that strives to change lives for the better. When each of us can do a little bit of good, wherever we are, we have the potential to change the entire world for the better. So let us all contribute to create a culture of giving back. I thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Dr. Jeff Levinson. I'm the Chief Medical Officer of Sea International, and I'm a cataract surgeon. I did my first cataract surgery when I was 26 years old. I've done tens of thousands of surgeries since that time, but I never quite understood cataract surgery until I was 50 years old, because that was the time at which I myself started complaining about the lights of the oncoming cars and the difficulty reading the book. And weeks later, I found myself lying on a hospital bed, staring up into the wrong end of an operating microscope, having my own cataract surgery. When that happened, the world suddenly changed for me. My surgery took 15 minutes, it cost $2,000, and it gave me my life back. I remember being stunned by how brilliant and beautiful the world was, how vivid the colors were. And then I spent nights after, wide awake, 4 a.m. in the morning, eyes wide open, wondering, what if I'd been born in the mountains of Peru? What if I'd been born in the slums of Manila? Would I be one of the 25 million people in the world completely blind in both eyes, their productive lives over for want of a 15-minute surgery? 90% of these people live in the developing world, where there are still roughly 2 billion people who live on less than $5 a day. And half of all the blindness in the world is people who need a cataract surgery. In the weeks after my own surgery, I knew I'd never sleep again until I paid my gift forward. That was when I called Sea International. Sea sat me down, heard my plan to try to pay my gift forward, and taught me a technique that was evolving 15 years ago called manual cataract surgery, doesn't use expensive materials or equipment or technology. It's a brilliant modification of an old technique that enables cataract surgery to be done for about $25 to $50 and in about 10 minutes. And in advanced cataracts of the type we see overseas, it works every bit as well as the modern expensive techniques that we use here in the United States. C taught me this technique, and in the years that have followed, I've been spending weeks each year traveling around the world trying to pay back my gift. C does this over 100 times a year to over 40 different countries with an army of ophthalmologists who've been trained in this technique. And if that was all C did, these short-term programs, it would be a remarkable organization. But it's just scratching the surface of what C actually does. C actually also meets host doctors who are trusted around the world and who supplies them with the materials they need. The material cost of a cataract surgery, the cost of the consumables, is roughly $25. And we now have doctors all around the world who we can send them $25 or send them the equipment they need, and they're doing surgery while we're here, while we're asleep in bed, leveraging our influence all around the world. If that was all C did, direct supply to host doctors and short-term international programs, it'd be a wonderful organization. But in fact, C is also one of the largest and most important educators in manual small incision techniques, that is, in low-cost techniques appropriate to developing world, in the world. And thousands of doctors have been trained through C's techniques. And every day, we'll go to bed tonight and there'll be somebody in the world using knowledge that C brought them that makes this world a better place for the people they meet every day. Let me digress for a moment and tell you about a man I met about 3 months ago. His name is Ramon. He was from Urdaneta in Pangasinan in the Philippines. And he was a tuk-tuk driver. He took a motorcycle, he attached a little cab to it like a Batman and Robin kind of thing, and he drove basically as a taxi driver in a motorcycle. He made about $3 a day. He was about 45 years old when he started losing vision to cataracts, and soon he realized that he was becoming blind. He saved up as much money as he could. He earned $3 a day, and he went to see an ophthalmologist who told him the surgery would cost about $1,000. He slowly went blind, and he put his motorcycle in the back and covered it with a tarp and spent 3 years blind, unable to support his family. When he heard that I was coming with C, he was one of the first people in line. He'd been waiting in line for a day. And we did surgery. And the next morning, he came back and he told me a story. He said, I woke up in the morning and I could see again, and I remembered I'd left my tuk-tuk in the back. And I found the key. And I turned the key, and the thing hadn't been fired up for 2.5 years, and it started right up, and I drove myself in. And he was going to leave my exam to get back to work. That's the kind of impact that C's work can have. So C provides direct care, it provides supply to doctors, and it educates the world on techniques that are suitable to curing blindness. And together with your help, we can end half of all the blindness. We can end needless blindness in the world. If that was all C did, it'd be a wonderful organization. But C has a program right here in the United States that's every bit as impactful. I want to introduce Dr. Rupert Chowens, who'll tell us about our C program right here in Santa Barbara.
Thank you very much. It's truly an honor to be with you today. My name is Rupert Chowens. I'm an optometrist in San Luis Obispo, which is just up the road. Before I wanted to start, I wanted to just acknowledge someone here today, Lois Capps. Some of you... Sorry, Lois. Some of you will remember Lois as a phenomenal congressperson for many years in our district. But before that, she was a school nurse, and she promoted vision care in children in her job, which I feel was just as important as what you did with the Congress. So thank you, Lois, for your work over many years as a school nurse. So in 37 years of practice, I think I've practiced in just about every setting known to man, but I'm most proud of the practice I've set up at the Slow Nor Foundation. Slow Nor Foundation is a completely free clinic in San Luis Obispo, completely free medical, dental, and eye care for uninsured folks in San Luis Obispo County. I'm the co-founder of the clinic, and I've been the eye clinic director since 2009. The idea for this actually came on one of my trips to Guatemala. I was marveling at the work we were doing there, and I realized we had nothing like this in my own town. So I came home, started this clinic, and we've been doing well for 15 years. And the point is that there's some unintended benefits of these trips that you can never really manage, but that's certainly one of them. I'm also have the honor of being a trustee and a board member of the Hospital de la Familia Foundation, and one of the directors of the eye clinic there. This is a hospital, a charity hospital in northwest Guatemala. It's in the second poorest region in the Western Hemisphere, second only to Haiti. We have a table of 11 people here today from the Hospital Foundation. Just wanted to acknowledge those folks here. We are incredibly fortunate to be partners with SEE International and Alcon in their direct supply support program. We're only the second hospital in the world to receive this distinction, and this program is helping us reach our goal of doing 10,000 cataract surgeries a year in remote Guatemala. I want to thank SEE, thank them, and Alcon for the support they're giving us. You can't imagine what a difference it makes to the region. So what I'm really, thank you to SEE, thank you to Alcon. What I'm really here to talk about today is SEE Vision Care. It's a local program. Many people, of course, know SEE International, as Dr. Levinson spoke of, the wonderful work they do with cataract surgery. But there's an incredible impact on local care. SEE Vision Care is dedicated to providing free vision screenings, free exams, and free glasses at one of their 7 local clinics. They have been a safety net for low-income, uninsured, or underinsured people since the 80s. The need for eye care and glasses has only grown, and it will continue to do so. Currently, there are thousands of local people that need eye care but can't afford it, or their insurance doesn't cover it. There are currently 143,000 people in Santa Barbara County and Ventura County that are living below the poverty line. Many pick and choose the type of medical care they receive, many choosing vision loss as an option. The impact of a pair of glasses. Again, cataract surgery is so impactful, but it's often overlooked that a large percentage of people in the United States are living with vision loss as they cannot afford or have no access to a simple pair of glasses. I would ask each of you in this room at this moment who use glasses or contacts, think of your life without glasses. What would you do? You wouldn't work, you wouldn't travel, you wouldn't drive. Think about that for a minute. Only 1/3 of people in the United States that need glasses actually get glasses. That's in the United States. It's easy to overlook how impactful a pair of glasses can be, but it can make or break success. Think about children. Children without glasses struggle in school. Their confidence dwindles as they repeatedly fail the most basic tasks in school. Again, each of you here today with children, wouldn't you want your child to have the opportunity to see well and thrive? Of course you would. This is where SEE Vision Care comes in. Adults without glasses can't drive, they can't fill out a job application, they can't support their families. Glasses can change the trajectory of their lives. Glasses give people a critical tool they need to succeed and removes the burden of blurry vision. I also want to quickly mention the economic toll of uncorrected refractive errors. Data collected on this is astounding, and it really puts into perspective the enormous toll it takes on society. World Health Organization thinks that uncorrected refractive error results in a loss of productivity due to lack of glasses at $269 billion. $269 billion from a lack of glasses. To fix this, would be $16 billion. Chew on that for a second, right? See Vision Care meets these needs. These local programs are so vital to the community. See Vision Care will continue to seek and create opportunities to expand this service. As you know, as Don talked about, See Vision Care does provide free eye exams and glasses right here in Santa Barbara. It's been an incredibly successful program. Again, 7 clinics. And See Vision Care has recently partnered with other groups to create a mobile vision clinic. They've increased their outreach to work with groups such as the Children's Sight Month and Veterans Week. In closing, I want to reflect on the impact the See has had and look ahead. This is an incredible celebration of a 50th anniversary. I don't know of another group that's done more in 50 years than See International. But again, as Don said, See International has provided basic eye care to over 75,000 people in the Santa Barbara area recently. Every patient helped, every child that can see, every life touched is a testament to the power and compassion of humanitarian eye care. See's Vision Care's best work is ahead of us. See Vision Care will continue to grow and support the health and happiness of everyone here in Santa Barbara and beyond. As long as we continue to foster the support and passion of people here tonight, we will achieve our goal to share the gift of sight with everyone. Thank you very much.
Good evening. I think now people are enjoying the desert. Thank you, sir, for addressing the challenge of refractive error and the wonderful work done by See Vision Clinic. Before I start, I just want to ask people in the hall, one thing you cannot live without today, in today's life, what it is? Fine. With vision, what you will do next? One thing you cannot live without. Right? Right or wrong? So before I start, I request all of you, with your desert, please have your mobile in your hand. You will do magic. Yeah, thank you. First of all, thank to See International for giving me this opportunity to speak on the 50th year celebration of See International. See International, serving the society since 50 years, more than 50 countries. And with Siliguri Greater Alliance Eye Hospital, partnership since 2017. Through direct supplies, and now with training programs, retina training programs. So before I further begin, I want to play an impact video which highlights the strong partnership and the impact of eye care in India, in our region. I request you to play the video, and if the lights can go up.
मेरा नाम अमूल ठाकुर है और मैं सिलीगुड़ी ग्रेटर लायंस क्लब में सर्वे कर रहा हूँ। इसमें मैं ज़्यादातर टी गार्डन में सर्वे करता हूँ, जैसे कि रांगामाटी हो गया, डामडिम टी गार्डन हो गया, सोनगाछी टी गार्डन हो गया, बटाईगोल टी गार्डन हो गया। मैं जब सर्वे करते करते एक टी गार्डन से दूसरे टी गार्डन गया, फिर उससे तीसरा, और जब मैं बटाईगोल टी गार्डन में पहुँचा, मैं सरीना से मिला, जिनका उम्र 5 साल। वो अपने बहन के साथ में खेल रही थी, तो मुझे उसको देखकर शक हुआ कि उसमें कुछ बीमारी है। फिर मैं उनके घर पे गया, उनके फैमिली से पूछा, फिर सर्वे किया, तो सर्वे करने के बाद पता चला कि उनके दोनों आँखों में कैटरेक्ट है। खुला कौन पासे आसे एरकम এইদিকে না, এইটা উপর দিকে, এইটা।
ও যখন স্কুল যায়, ওর টিচার যখন স্কুল পড়ায়, তখন ও হাসতে হাসতে দেখে, তখন টিচার কমপ্লেন করে আমাদেরকে বারবার যে সেরিনা স্কুল মনে হয় পড়তে পারবে না, ও প্রাইভেটেও পড়ে না। ওর বন্ধুগুলো টিচার খেলে, তখন ওর পুরো শখ খেলার, টিচার আমি কবে খেলবো। ও আমাকে বলে এসে যে আমি কবে দেখতে পারবো। আমি তখন বললাম যে অপারেশন হওয়ার পরে তুই দেখতে পাবি। ওর অতটা বন্ধু নাই, মানে ও দেখতে পায় না, সেই জন্য ওকে খেলাধুলার জন্য নিতে চায় না ওকে। আর ও টিভি কিছু দেখতে পায় না, রৌদ্রে তাপ সহ্য করতে পারে না। ওকে আমি চিকিৎসা করতে পারবো কি পারবো না, আমি তো গরিব মানুষ। আমাকে নাচ ক্লাব খুব সাহায্য করছে, আমাকে শুনে খুব খুশি লাগলো। আমার মেয়ে 2টা চোখে অপারেশন হয়ে যাবে, খুব বিনামূল্যে অপারেশন হয়ে যাবে।
Siliguri Greater Lions Eye Hospital is one of the largest eye hospitals of Eastern India. It was set up by Lions Club of Siliguri Greater with the aim of serving visually impaired. Siliguri Greater Lions Eye Hospital has become a preferred destination for eye patients from Eastern India and neighboring countries. With subspecialty clinics, diagnostic center, well-equipped operation theatre, the hospital provides all services under one roof. The hospital has a team of experienced eye specialists. Siliguri Greater Lions Eye Hospital conducts regular eye screening camps including tele-ophthalmology-based diabetic eye checkup in rural areas. Patients identified with eye problems are brought to the hospital for free eye surgery. Siliguri Greater Lions Eye Hospital invests a lot of resources on training of eye care personnel. It is the only eye hospital in this region that provides short-term and long-term training for doctors and paramedics. The organization has come a long way from its humble beginning in 1981, but a lot needs to be done. Like Serena, about 2 lakh children in India are blind. 50% of this blindness can be prevented and treated. Lions Club of Siliguri Greater is committed to alleviate the suffering of blinds and make Eastern India free from needless blindness.
Thank you. I told you guys you will do the magic, right? You have your mobile in your hand. Can all of you switch on your flashlight, the torch light of the mobile? And please raise like this. All of you together, because together we are stronger. Yes. Yes. You see, this is the light. You are this light. Sea International is this light which brings the light to the darkness and the vision to the people who are suffering from blindness. So please give a big round of applause to all of you and the entire team of Sea International. Thank you. Siliguri Greater Lions Eye Hospital, established in 1981 by the members of Lions Club of Siliguri Greater, with a vision to provide eye care to all at every level, those who can afford or those who can't afford. Our mission is to provide quality eye care with committed, dedicated teamwork so that we can make it accessible to all. We share this mission with Sea International, with whose support has been vital to the success of our work over the last 7 years. In 2017, when we expressed our interest in partnering with Sea, and you can see that in this partnership, we have grown from one step to another year by year. In 2016-17, we were doing almost 9,000 surgeries in a year. And last year, we did 26,500 surgeries with support of Sea. You can see in those pictures Dr. Madhvi Reddy visited, Dr. Janak Shah, Preeti Shah visited, Shats visited, maybe we missed in the picture. Now you see year by year. Every year we were growing step by step. But then every one of us faced pandemic, right? And the elective surgeries were gone down. But we didn't stop our work. You can see that orange 7,500 surgeries we also performed during the COVID. And the C support was continuous in that COVID era also. We again bounced back. We again bounced back with resilience. You can see from 7,500 to 11,600, then to 17,000, then to 20,000, and last year 26,500. And this year we are going to target 30,000 surgeries in a year. We invest a lot in training, as you have seen in the video, and with C International support, we are continuing that training initiative, whether it is cataract, paramedic training, OT training, or retina training. We are going to celebrate our 50th anniversary in the year 2030, and we are aligning with the WHO IAPP goals to reach out to 50,000 surgeries by 2030 at Siliguri Greater Alliance Eye Hospital. And we hope with C support, we are going to achieve that, and we will again meet at our 50th with 50,000 surgeries in a year. C International envisions a world where preventable and treatable blindness no longer exist, and we all are here for that. High-quality eye care, accessible to all, irrespective of financial background. Our shared vision has allowed us to restore sight to thousands of people. Together, we make a difference in eye care. Siliguri Greater Alliance Eye Hospital is grateful to C International for this partnership, which is making an impact on the eye care. We call it a social impact in eye care. My previous speakers already spoken about the investment in eye health, right? And we recently got a paper published which speaks about $1 of investment will give you a $36 of return if you invest in eye care. I would like to share a few brief stories with you. He is Master Kanak Chandra Roy. He was a boy suffering from cerebral palsy, and we got him diagnosed in one of our outreach screening camp. He was suffering from both eye cataracts, and he got operated in our hospital without any cost, and you can see the smiles on the father and the son face. Butki Devi, she lost her husband due to acute alcoholism at the age of 46 years. And both her son and daughter were suffering from congenital cataracts. Again, both of them were successfully operated, and you can see the smile on mother because she knows that these kids will now live their life without any challenge. Can you recognize this girl? Can you recognize the father? This is the same father and the girl you have just saw in the video. See what has happened. The life of the girl has transformed. She is today studying successfully in the school, managing all her household chores, and you can see the smiles. We are going back to the community, the children who are operated, we are ensuring the compliance, we are ensuring their vision so that their future is secured. And we again thank 2C International and every one of you who are sitting in this hall who are making a difference to eye care. Please give a big round of applause for the entire team of C International and all of you who are making a difference. Thank you very much.
Hello. I bring greetings from far away state of Texas, South Texas, almost Mexico, the home of an affordable eye clinic where SpaceX and C International come together to take care of uninsured eyes. Well, do I hear any mixed feelings about Elon? Well, we may have them, but money is money. I'll take it, wherever it comes from, including you guys tonight. So be ready, check your wallets. I am Madhavi Reddy, a C International volunteer ophthalmologist for the past 20 years, and also a member of the board, thanks to Dawn and Barb. 750,000 surgeries in 50 years. Truly impressive. But I'm going to ask the tough question, where do we go next? The approximate number of blind people in the world is about 40 million. Maybe I'm overestimating, but maybe not. You know, what we do, every international mission we do, every surgery we do, is supposed to bring that number down. But paradoxically, just like the 40-million-year-old Himalayas that keep growing even today, this number is getting bigger. The burden of blindness is getting heavier. And that's why we have to ask tough questions. Where do we go next? So, what we're doing right now is we put host and volunteer doctors together. We source supplies. Yes, we are nice to Alcon and J&J. Thank you, guys. And all this just results in chipping away at this mountain of blindness. I think it is time to get some dynamite. Yep, something drastic needs to be done. And how do we do that? There's a saying, if you give a woman a fish, maybe I got it wrong, if you give a man a fish, you'll feed him for a day. But if you teach him how to fish, you'll feed him for a lifetime. So with this theme in mind, C has a couple of strategies. It's focusing on some proposals like to increase the number of well-trained ophthalmologists in the underserved regions. And yes, it's kind of big and ambitious, but I believe we can do it. How will we do it? By identifying, arranging, and sponsoring subspecialty fellowships for young, motivated, and qualified eye doctors in the underserved areas. In fact, we've already started our International Retina Fellowship program. Right now, as we speak, there is a young lady ophthalmologist from Liberia, West Africa, who is training in retina at L.V. Prasad Eye Institute in India. When she completes her training, she will go back to her country as their first retina specialist. Thanks to C International. And we have the next candidate ready. It's going to be Dr. Vasquez from Honduras, an aspiring ophthalmology resident who is all set to begin her training in retina in 2025. And going forward, we have a Namibian resident who's dreaming to be their country's first cornea specialist. Any takers to be her sponsor? It only takes $25,000 US. Just 25, that's it. These specialists will not only treat complex eye conditions when they go back to their countries, but they will inspire and train the next generation of specialists in their countries. And they will take back much more. You know, the connections they make while they train, the eye care models that they're exposed to while they train, that will equip them to provide sustainable eye care in their countries. And that's a big thing. I mean, we all go do a week, 2 weeks of cataract surgeries in an underserved area. But can you imagine what happens if you train someone and they're there working 365 days, providing similar care while we just go for vacation, say hello and look at everything and come back. So just think about that. Another way SEE aims to strengthen eye care systems is by direct supply support to our partners. Just like you heard from Dr. Saini, we supply affordable IOLs and consumables sourced from various countries alongside the donations from US companies. The Lions Eye Hospital in Siliguri has been a star location for this direct supply model. Dr. Saini he didn't tell you that, but he is the epitome of economic efficiency. All we have to do is provide $5 and he comes up with one cataract surgery, $5 US. Yeah. And this is possible because of local manufacturing and the impressive infrastructure and manpower that was established by the Lions Club of Siliguri. The hospital is also uniquely located to provide care to underserved areas of North India, Nepal, and Bangladesh. It's a perfect example of how SEE can enhance the ability of local sites to tackle blindness. But this too takes funding. Your support is needed. It's needed to purchase supplies, to ship them, to coordinate logistics, and managing everything in between. Last month, I was in Namibia, the beautiful country of our Dr. Dume. And the young African eye surgeons under her leadership are fast and efficient. I really wanted to say fast and furious. They can operate throughout the year as opposed to SEE surgeons going there for a week. Like I said earlier, 5 times a year, we still have to provide the essential items they need. In addition, they also need our help to train the junior doctors in both clinical and surgical aspects. Soon, SEE will roll out opportunities for volunteer doctors to go on teaching and training missions, not just operating missions. And also, you'll have this amazing opportunity of sponsoring fellowships. SEE is also working on its local reach, just like here in Santa Barbara, as you heard before, and elsewhere in the country too. Our affordable eye clinic in South Texas, we're able to offer eye exams and laser treatments for a diabetic retinopathy and glaucoma for $35. Yeah. And $200 for cataract surgeries for uninsured people, thanks to a grant from SEE. And with your assistance, yes, there is a catch. With your assistance, we can open more clinics like that. As volunteer eye doctors, we go to all these remote places to give our time, effort, and skills, but actually end up receiving more than what we give. As my colleagues will attest, the high of transforming a life by restoring vision never gets old. Patient smiles of gratitude and hugs are not just for the doctors. It's for all of us, the board, the staff, and all of you, the supporters. And to keep this going, to keep this great work going, we need your time, expertise, funding, and most importantly, your spirit to be the dynamite that will take down this mountain of blindness. So please join us in making it happen. Thank you.
Namaste and good evening. Dear friends, colleagues, distinguished guests, and my dear SEE family. It's indeed an honor and pleasure to be here to celebrate 50 glorifying years of SEE International. As I stand here, I recall Mahatma Gandhiji's quotes, who said, and I quote, "Be the change that you wish to see." And I sincerely believe that SEE International has literally proven true to this time and again over the past several years. They have been striving consistently with their commitment and dedication in eradicating preventable blindness all over the globe, thus impacting people's lives and transforming them and shaping them so positively. We are indeed grateful and blessed to be part of such a magical organization. My husband Janak Shah and I, Preeti Shah, we travel all the way from Mumbai, India, and we have been proudly associated volunteering for SEE International over the past 25 years and have the privilege of doing around 350 sites, restoring missions globally between the two of us and performing over 20,000 site restoring surgeries. This journey has been magical, fulfilling, rewarding, and so humbling. We are thankful to SEE International for this beautiful experience, and we look forward to many more such inspiring ones in the near future.
In 2014, SEE launched the annual Humanitarian of the Year Award to honor outstanding dedication and achievement of volunteer ophthalmologists, local optometrists, and partner organizations that are committed for making eye care more accessible worldwide. This year marks the 10th year since the inception of this exciting tradition. As recipients of this award, in the past we are honored to acknowledge and celebrate the 2024 Humanitarian of the Year awardees. May I request the following distinguished guests to please rise from their seats. Dr. Michael J. Pavlov. Dr. Reed Kinderman. Dr. James B. Conahan. Dr. Jeremy Joseph. Dr. Rajesh Saini. Doctors representing Samsung Clinic, now part of Sutter Health. Blue Planet Eco Eyewear. And the late Dr. George B. Prims. Please give these wonderful people a huge round of applause. We would also like to honor and recognize past Humanitarian of the Year recipients, many of whom are also currently in the room. Requesting all past awardees, please stand for a round of applause. Additionally, we want to honor the memories of Dr. Harry S. Brown, Dr. George B. Prims, Dr. Michael Colward, and Dr. William Colward. Their contributions to SEE's impacts were immeasurable. May their humanitarian spirits never be forgotten. There are others who are no longer with us, and we are also forever grateful for their legacy.
Next, we would like to take a moment to express SEE's unending gratitude to all our volunteer doctors who willingly donate their time and their expertise to make SEE's work possible. As volunteer doctors ourselves, we are no strangers to witnessing the unwavering dedication and compassion of the medical teams who work tirelessly to serve those in need. It is the selflessness and the expertise of these volunteer doctors and also their hard work and commitment that not only transform lives and instill hope, but also restore vision. From the bottom of our hearts, we thank you for being the driving force behind our noble cause and helping to create a visibly brighter future. Thank you so much.
What an evening. Before wrapping things up tonight, I'd like to recognize these honorary humanitarian award winners. All have contributed substantially to our shared mission, and we're grateful for their continued dedication. They are Doctors Preeti and Janak Shah. Dr. Helena Ndume. The late Dr. Michael Colvard. And the One Site Essilor Luxottica Foundation. I want to thank you all for your participation tonight. The response was just phenomenal. We raised well over $100,000. Please give yourself a hand for that. It's a remarkable contribution that will restore sight to thousands around the world. We couldn't be more appreciative. If you have made a contribution tonight, or if you would still like to, we ask that you visit the good folks at Montecito Bank and Trust up front to check out tonight. And please don't forget to take home your goodie bags and your custom wine glasses. And the good fun is just about to begin. Please join us next door at Rodney's for the after party. Thank you, everyone, for your support of SEA. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you.